Hello everyone, my name is Be the Buzz, and we are going to be talking about Enshrouded. Enshrouded is actually kind of low-key becoming a hyperfixation of mine. So, we're getting into this video right now. Enshrouded's character creation. First, I just want to say that there is a lot of things that Enshroud can do to improve their character creation, such as maybe adding a slider or something like that for hair and for skin tone. That way you can really match to the one that you would like. I also think that adding some more hairstyles and maybe a little bit more body types, that would be more beneficial to your character customization. Um, I definitely think that it's heading in the right track, and I can't wait to see more in future updates. I'm hoping that the character customization does get expanded upon later and maybe honestly in the near future. But yeah, I think that it would be definitely a great plus to add more to it and to maybe expand upon what they already have. Enshrouded is a very lore heavy game. While the game doesn't shove the lore down your throat, it is still very heavy in its lore as you read throughout the notes. When we first start a new world, we see that there is a cutscene that starts to explain how the elixir came to be. The elixir is known as the downfall of the world as we know it. It starts to create fights between people, and while it is a cure, it can also become a curse. During the gameplay, we find out that we are a flame-born human who is trying to set out and find different people in these clay pod thingies. They're like cryopods, but they are made of clay. I know the story is not completed yet since it is in early access still, so I don't want to get too far into the storyline and talking about it since there is a high possibility that it could change in the future. Once Enshrouded is a completed game, I will work on a deep dive video on the full lore of the game. I will say that this storyline and world building has definitely piqued my interest, let's just say. It's definitely done a good job. And I can't wait to play more about it and also learn more about the world Enshrouded and kind of where your character falls into place in this storyline. Enshrouded is a very Now let's get into your different classes. You can find your classes in the Flame Altar menu, and there are multiple different classes you can choose from and start to use your runes to level up towards. We have Survivor, Beastmaster, Ranger, Assassin, Trickster, Wizard, Healer, Battle Mage, Tank, Warrior, Barbarian, and Athlete. There are also a few other like perks and stuff like that that you can kind of like mix and match with. But yeah, so that's kind of it for the classes. I think they're all super cool so far, and I can't wait to find one that I actually really like. I've been kind of experimenting with a few here and there. But yeah. When building in Enshrouded, you have to use a building hammer. By doing that, you will go and open up a special menu with the tab button, and then you get to start building. You can build pretty much anything as long as you stay within your fires like area. There is going to be a little like yellowy orange outline that shows you where you can and cannot build. Granted, your building space will upgrade as you upgrade your flame. But yeah, otherwise it's pretty fun and easy. Right now I'm not the best builder, so I just got square buildings. But otherwise the building mechanic is actually pretty decent. I like it quite a bit. Cooking in Enshrouded is pretty much as easy as it comes. You can sit down at a campfire, stove, that sort of thing. You can also get drying racks and stuff like that later on. But just for basic cooking, you just sit down, fire it up until it turns a different color, and then you got it. There are different foods that will give you different boosts and everything, which are labeled when you look at them in your inventory. Cooking in Enshrouded is pretty much as easy as it comes. Let's talk about upgrading your altar. There are 3 different options when you open the flame menu. The first option is upgrading your flame. When you upgrade your flame, you get more building room to house more players or NPCs. You also have to spend your shroud cores to upgrade your flame, and in later levels, you also have to find different materials to use as well. Now, the second option is you strengthening your flame. To do this, you have to collect the different materials on the list and collect the different boss items. You want to make sure that you focus on strengthening your flame, since it will give your character more attribute bonuses as well as it will increase your time in the shroud itself. Multiplayer in Enshrouded is very, very well done. You can have a max of 6 players in your game at a time, which is great for larger friend groups. When joining the game, they make it feel very safe by also adding a password so no randoms can join your games and disrupt it. They also added a game voice chat, so you can toggle on proximity or global voice. The global voice is great for groups who like to just play and just talk and relax while doing their own thing, and proximity is great for that in-game immersion. I love how the XP is also shared among all players in multiplayer. This is great because some players only like to do the hunting slash farming playstyle, aka being the housewives of the groups, and then also that way they don't get left in the dust when it comes to leveling up. I also like how there is a revive option, and it gives groups that I know, like myself, who gets knocked down all the freaking time. I like waiting the 1 to 2 minutes for my friends to finish up the battle and then come back to me. And that way we can keep all of our progress, and I don't have to start over all again. So I feel like having this option for like either duo adventurers to keep their progress or having like their larger groups keep their progress is a great, great option. I think my final thoughts on Enshroud is that I think this could be a good forever game. It still needs a little tweaking, and I know it is early access still. But I think that with adding some more story and everything like that, and giving a good ending wrap up to the game while keeping it as a continuous survival game would be great. I really like the game and everything like that. I will definitely say, drum roll, it's an 8 out of a 10 for me because it is very fun to play. I like that the multiplayer is so well put together, as well as that you can have global option or proximity option for the voice chats. I just think that it's gonna be a very good game once it's fully done. I hope that it doesn't get kind of forgotten though. I know we just had a good recent update, and that's why I'm looking forward to seeing more updates from Enshrouded and the developers of it. And I'm hoping that they really put their heart and soul into world building and everything like that, because I think they have an amazing product here. So with that, I think it is time for me to say goodbye. Everybody have a great night, and I'll talk to you all later. Goodbye.